Hey, hey, don't miss the play. Flurry Sports will save your day. Cracking jokes with sports insight. Zach and Jake, they get it right. Fuck yeah.
Hello, welcome to the penultimate episode for season 10 of the Flurry Sports Podcast. Left you with a cliffhanger last week, Jake. I'm not sure if you listened back, but the show did end with me asking if it was the season finale, and alas, it was not. We got this week, we got next week, and then summer vacation for the boys and for you at home. You may need some time to go back, listen to some previous episodes, yada, yada, yada. Tune in, read a bunch of Flurry Sports stuff, watch other Flurry Sports videos on the Flurry Sports YouTube channel, TikTok. Let's Go Wisconsin TikTok. That's popping off. Definitely go check that out as well. But then we'll be back right before the NFL season. We'll tell you all the details next week. But yes, you have this week, you have next week, and then sadly, we will be taking a little break. But next week's a big one. Not only is it the season finale, Jake and I will have seen Foreigner. Jake and I will have seen Flo Rida back-to-back nights. Definitely a change up. I was looking through the set list for Flo Rida, Jake.
Yeah.
I forgot how many songs he has. And they all sound the exact same, but I forgot how many of them there are.
So, two things. One, I'm a fake fan. I'm not going to Flo Rida.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
No, I'm going to
Foreigner?
I'm going to Foreigner. That's my tickets is Foreigner. And Thursday for the auction.
That's a big deal too.
That's a big deal. But everyone, so for folks following along at home, 2 years ago, Nelly was there.
Awesome.
Then
yes, the best.
Ludacris.
Yes, he was there.
And now Flo Rida.
Yes,
and I feel like
Urban Chippewa Falls.
Very Urban Chippewa Falls. Same show that one time was like, we got the Beach Boys. And now we're getting these folks, which I like. I will say I've been to the last two. I don't know. I'm going to talk about this like everyone's going to know the scuttlebutt. Some folks didn't love that Ludacris's set was very short, condensed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It was less than an hour.
Fast. Furious.
Very fast. Exactly. I had a set list pulled up. So it ended when it said it would. So
sure.
I liked
no surprises to you.
Everyone's acting like Flo Rida is a huge step down from the other two. I think that's crazy. And I think for an age range, I get it. But yes, I'm with you on like amount of hits. I think more than Nelly. Maybe not as iconic as Nelly, but I think more hits.
Ooh, I think I disagree there. Nelly's the one. Okay. We started high. I am on record of saying Ludacris is not a solo act. He's a feature on people's tracks. So in my opinion, in terms of a musician, Flo Rida, even though I think all of his songs sound the exact same, I'm not a huge fan of his. I think it's a massive step up. Ludacris stinks. Yeah. I'm not sure who needs to hear this. His music sucks. Okay. They're not good. First, there's two things. One, he's a feature.
Yeah.
And two, if he has a song that's his own, the whole thing is a chorus. There's nothing else.
It's like a T-Pain concert, but the T-Pain concert I went to, like, he riffs, you know? He does other stuff, which is fun. So at least he's got that going for him.
Yeah. I like T-Pain. Sounds like he's done touring now, which stinks.
Yeah, that does stink. But Trevor, thank you. Nelly has to be number one.
To be fair, he also did Twins, I think the night before that. I think he did the Royals or the Cubs, maybe the night after that.
He's been around the stadiums. Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, I loved Flo Rida growing. I guess my surprise was like not the same level because I know this other guy has more hits. But to me, Flo Rida growing up was for sure like a T-Pain or like I was going to say like a Mr. Worldwide. A Pitbull.
Like a Pitbull?
Flo Rida was
I need to call Lindsay.
Everything.
Lindsay's going to rip your fucking throat out.
I know. That's why I gave it such a caveat to this specific audience. But I just think like people forget that like Flo Rida was on songs since Low, you know? He's been on a lot of shit for a long time.
Since Low. Yeah. I feel like all of this, I have nothing to base this on. I could fact check and tell you exactly the truth, but I feel like all of his songs came out in like a 3-year span, and they were all like hits at the exact same time.
I was gonna say the opposite, because what year do you think
really?
Low came out? I guess what I'm doing in my head is the difference between Low and My House. And I think that's like 6 years.
Well, I think In the Air is before both of them.
Correct.
And then he had songs before that. He was like if you look at his first album, he had like fucking big dogs feature on everything. Like he's been known, he's been around. I just don't think his music's that good.
Okay, both Low and In the Air came out from
I know it's weird to say.
2008.
So white.
Well, it's also spelled Ayer.
I know. I can't say air. That we're talking about Phil Collins at that point.
And My House, so that's 2008. My House has got to be.
Whoa, did I nail that?
You nailed that.
Fuck yeah.
And My House after 2015.
Oh shit, that's way later.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think Flo Rida had like a resurgence. I don't know if he was steady in there, but like I think Good Feeling, Whistle, and My House all came in like 2014, 2015. Right Round is 2010. I remember that like the back of my head. You spin my head. That got Kesha going.
It did get Kesha going. Yeah, that was like at the same time as like Circus, Britney Spears. That was a weird time for music. There's a lot going on. But yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of hits.
I can see it here. Low, 2008. Right Round, 2009. Whistle, 2012. Good Feeling, 2011. GDFR, which I cannot remember what it stands for, is 2016.
Going Down for Real.
Oh yeah, thank you. Cake is 2013. My House is 2015. Club Can't Handle Me is 2010. So I think you're right though, that like I feel like he hibernated. I think the country equivalent is Rodney Atkins, who had like he's a 3-hit wonder, but they're separated by like 4 years. Rodney Atkins had Cleaning This Gun, and he had the song where I've been watching you. Dad ain't that cool. Yeah, he's got like those hits, but they're separated by like 3 years. And everyone's always like, Rodney's got another one. He's got one hit an album, and he just put him out. I think Flo Rida's got that. He's truly the Rodney Atkins of hip hop.
He is. That is true. People have said that. You're not the first one to say it, but yeah, that is true.
So let's ask the chat this. Let's get the chat going. Trevor, if you're there, who's that ilk? You know, Ludacris, Nelly, Flo Rida. Who's next at the fair? You know, who's the 2000s hip hop act, pop act we want there?
Are we allowed to have T.I.? Is he touring? What's he doing? Is he out?
I don't know if we're allowed to have T.I., but that's a good equivalent. I think let's give this as an example. I think Lil Wayne's too big. Also, I'm gonna get roasted. I always say his name like the word.
Lil Wayne's too big. He just had a big album come out, so probably too big, right? I mean, if T-Pain continues to do music, I think that's an easy one.
My pick would be Macklemore, but he may be too big as well.
He'll come.
Okay, well, see you
there. What's he done?
He had an album like 2 years ago that was very good. Ben, which is his real name.
Oh, crazy.
Revealed.
Wait, is that true?
Yeah.
Isn't Ben McLemore an NBA player?
His name's Ben.
Crazy. Maybe it's the same guy. Who knows? Never seen them both.
Maybe that's why he didn't go by it. He's like, well, I can't have everyone thinking I'm that guy.
Can't have. In my mind, he played for Kansas. He feels like a Wiggins adjacent player in my mind. I have no idea if I'm correct.
All right, I'm looking up Ben McLemore.
Yeah, NBA. Type in basketball, please.
Okay, so a couple things are happening. First off, everyone's going to make fun of me. Okay, so it is Ben McLemore. So slight
basketball
difference.
Player?
Yeah, basketball player. Slight difference in spelling. It's McLemore, like
Okay.
McLemore, so maybe Scottish.
Yeah, he looks Scottish. I remember that.
He doesn't look that Scottish. That's what I was going to say. Oh, and I won't say here, he's been found guilty of some terrible crimes very, very recently. So
Which one?
Shame. Ben McLemore of NBA fame.
Of downtown fame.
Nope. Bad stuff, and it broke a day ago. So we're
really? Wow. That's so tightly.
We're accidentally fresh on the news.
Macklemore, break the news. What did he do? Tell me what he did.
Rape. And several accounts of sexual assault.
Okay. I've been assaulted and ear raped by the other Macklemore as well. So they're very similar that way.
His name? Ben Haggerty.
Also Scottish, huh? There's a lot of similarities here.
Looks a little Scottish, a little more Scottish, but Ben Haggerty goes by Macklemore for some reason that I will not look into. So both named Ben, but not both named Ben Macklemore. It's not his last name.
Great. Okay, cool.
I don't know why I just assumed that, but there you go. So get your comments in the chat, and in the meantime, don't Google Ben Macklemore. Things have happened, or maybe do if you're interested in learning more. But Zach, I think it's only fair we get into games today.
Yes, of course. We were gonna play games last week, and all of a sudden we had a riveting conversation about pretty much everything, I think. So
yeah.
Let's start with an immaculate grid. It's been a minute since we've done that. So let's get this up. And yes, we can see everything. Okay. Let's see what we got here. So we got to find a player who was for the Bears and Raiders, Bears and Jags, Broncos, Raiders, Broncos, Jags, Seahawks, Raiders, Seahawks, Jags, and then a 1,000-yard rusher from the Bears, Broncos, and Seahawks. I feel very confident about the rushers.
Yeah, and
right off the bat.
I think we should go there and get as nasty as possible in that category.
Okay. As nasty as possible. Okay, I think there's recent ones for some of these teams that no one's going to think about.
Yeah, I think that's where we want to be. I think that's our best chance to get a very low percentage. Because I think people will say Walter Payne. I think people will say Terrell Davis, and I think people will say Sean Alexander.
I think they'll do either Sean Alexander or Marshawn.
Marshawn's actually probably a bigger answer. Yeah, that's true.
What about Chris Carson?
I think that's great. He hit it for sure.
He definitely did. I think Kenneth Walker has. He's still playing. I don't know if he's since he's current, people aren't going to think.
I think Chris Larson's a bigger
Chris Carson
snag. Yeah. Sorry, Larson. I went to high school with him.
Yeah, I think so. Whoops. Yes, this one. 10%. Okay, that's not bad.
Okay.
Broncos.
I don't think people know that many Seahawks running backs, so I think that's fair.
Sure. Broncos, like you said, Bill Davis. Monte, I'm not sure he hit 1,000.
Okay.
I think Noshawn Moreno probably did.
I'd be surprised if he didn't, to be honest with you.
Philip Lindsay did.
That's gross. I think Philip Lindsay's a really gross answer.
Okay. CJ Anderson probably did.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Ronnie Hillman did. I don't think he did. Do we want to do Philip Lindsay?
No one's going to name Philip Lindsay. I'll be really surprised if this is more than 5%.
I think 1 L. Okay. Nope. 2 L's. There we go. Give me 1%. 15.
Boo. Okay.
Okay.
Bears. So this is going to feel there's some that I'm are folks going to remember some of the big names they had at running back somewhat recently? They had multiple 1,000-yard rushers in a row in the 2010s, but maybe people will get those.
Right. So Walter Payton, obvious, no. Matt Forte is awesome. I have no idea if that's going to be popular or not, but
I think so. Because he's a big fantasy football guy.
Right.
Khalil Herbert, did he get there the 1 year?
I don't think so. I think he's splitting too much. Did Swift get there last year? Probably not.
Probably not, but maybe he did. I think he was close, but I don't believe he did. I thought he was banged up for a bit.
Okay. Montgomery did before that.
Yeah. Montgomery and Forte were the two I was thinking about, but I think they probably got named quite a bit.
Yeah.
Who's there with Hester?
Sedben? Or no, not Sedben.
Oh, Sedben definitely got 1,000 for them, though.
You think so? He probably did, right?
I don't know. Okay, so how long was he there?
I don't think very long because he's mostly a Bengals guy, right?
Correct.
You know who probably did? Not a running back. Did not Matt Forte. Did Justin Fields get there?
That's a very fun. That's very fun. Man.
Otherwise, if we go super old, does a Gale Sayers work?
Oh.
Do people name him? Because he's so famous. He had to have got it, but.
Yeah, I mean, he was a big return guy, and they ran more back then. I would think that's a really.
He got it. There's like no doubt in my mind. I'm positive he got it. But like, are all the people going old just going to go Walter Payton and call it good? You know what I mean?
Do you think he's a better answer than Montgomery? Do you think less people said Sayers than Montgomery?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we do. I think we either do Sayers or Fields, but that's obviously risky. I don't know if Fields got there.
Fields is close. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
I think let's do Sayers, and if this is a big number, it's a big number.
Okay. I'd be kind of surprised maybe if it is.
I think it's like
5%. That's good.
Oh, that's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Great.
Doesn't even have a picture.
Okay. All right. Bears and Raiders. There's a Khalil Mack lurking here.
Yeah, Khalil Mack's probably the most popular one, right?
One of the Bennett twins?
Would have been Martellus, if I think.
Because Raiders for sure.
He may not have been a Bear.
Okay. Janikowski never made it to the Bears.
No. Shit. I feel like there's enough failed quarterbacks. I feel like there's got to be overlap.
I know. I was just like, has Trubisky been a backup for Oakland yet? Oakland, Jesus Christ. But still there in my mind.
Who am I thinking of? I think Zach Miller was at both. If we stick on tight ends.
Oh, he was guaranteed. So I mean, that's a good niche one. If you want to do quarterbacks, I am curious about who's the guy from the 80s for the Bears. I think he may have McMahon. I
have no idea.
If he did, I mean, that's not as that's kind of a catch-22 because if he did, I don't think he's as tricky as like Zach Miller.
Okay, let's go with Zach Miller. I like him. He was solid. Oh no.
What are the years?
2007 to 2014 or 2009 to 2017? It's so close.
Let me look it up. I actually think it's the 2017 one.
Is it? Yeah, you're probably right.
Hold on. I'm getting there. 2009 was his first year. Till 2017.
Oh, it said it was wrong.
Fuck. Really? Never a Raider?
Is it the other one? I think it's the other one.
Oh, no. Never a Raider. One Zach Miller played for one Zach Miller for the other?
No. I don't know.
Zach, I swear to God, I'm looking at it right now, and you could call this a cheat if you want. The other Zach Miller played for Oakland and Seattle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So one Zach Miller for Oakland, the other Zach Miller for Chicago.
That's stupid. That's not fair.
We walked right into that. Dang it.
Okay. Let me focus on Broncos. I think I can get some Broncos.
Yeah, knock out some. Yeah, it just depends on how gnarly you want to go. You can knock out some good ones.
You want to go super fucking gnarly. Someone everybody knows. I'm almost positive he played for Jacksonville. Jamal Charles played for the Broncos. I think he ended in Jacksonville.
I think you're correct. I think that's crazy.
I think no one's going to say that. No one knows that he played there. 5%. Okay. That's
nice.
Okay.
But you have to remember the football one's kind of skewed because I don't think people get it that often. So it's like the percentage always a little higher than I think, just because it's like, well, how many people just didn't have any answers, you know?
True. That's true. Broncos, Raiders.
Oh, I have a fun Seattle Raiders one.
Okay.
Matt Flynn.
Ooh, that's true. That is a fun one. Wait, this might be a stupid question. Did he play a game for Seattle?
That was the big contract, right?
He signed and got paid there. I don't think they counted unless he plays a game. He must have gotten in there.
Yeah.
Okay, good. 3%. That's very good.
All Packers fans
too.
Yeah, Matt Flynn's kind of a gnarly one to use in these games because he ended up on like 5 teams.
Yeah,
Been using the word gnarly a lot. Did Charlie Whitehurst ever play for the Jags? That's where my brain goes next.
I don't think so. Laviska Shenault is currently on Seattle. Came from Jacksonville.
Still my favorite show. My favorite joke I've ever told on the show is when we used to do the rundowns of games. And I said, beware a man with no first names.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Laviska Shenault.
We have to bring those back. There were some good one-liners in there.
Yeah, we got it. They were a lot of work, but they're fun.
They were fun. Other Carlos Hyde. That's gotta be a good one, right?
If you're confident that it's a yes, then do it. Because
yes.
I can't place that even right now. So let's do that.
Yeah, after the Niners, he played on both of them. 11%. Okay.
Yeah.
Bears,
so one of these is going to be empty because we have a miss.
True. Nick Foles played for the Bears and Jags.
I think that's fun.
Broncos and Raiders. There's got to be a good Bronco Raider.
Bill
Romanowski.
Oh, yes? yeah, dude. Yeah.
Okay. Love Bill. 45? Are you kidding me?
That's crazy.
Okay. That's insane.
That's too much.
Yeah. That's the obvious one. Okay.
Quick pause. Randy asked a good question here.
Okay.
Did the Cowboys make the playoffs
this year?
Yeah.
No.
I agree. I think they're in a I think it's hard when everyone thinks like the Commanders and Eagles are two of people's favorite teams in the whole conference.
Right. And the Giants are going to be decent.
I think the Cowboys should be really fucking bummed if they're not better than the Giants, but I agree with you that they might steal a win from them.
I mean, good luck beating the Giants if you have no offensive line.
True.
We know that if the Giants are going to be good at anything, it's going to be rushing the passer.
Yeah. I just think that the odds would be that is not the division that sends 3 teams to the playoffs.
Probably not. I don't know what their schedule is, but like the NFC North was that team last year, and NFC North is going to struggle this year.
And I agree, but before that stretch, it was the West forever, and I could see it being the West again.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah, I like all those teams. So there's a chance, but I don't think great. Speaking of chances, now Randy's just asking about other teams, which I like. Do the Bengals make the playoffs? I would also say no. Randy, but first, let's get a Jags Bear in here.
Yeah, please. Jags Bear.
Did Robbie Gould ever play for Jacksonville?
Ooh. No, I think he did Niners and Giants aside from Chicago.
Did David Gerard ever play for Chicago?
I don't know.
I know.
That's what I don't know.
Bears QBs.
I know. Aside from Nick Foles, there has to be something else. Like, I'm sure. What's his name now? The quarterback who's played for everybody.
Mitch Trubisky?
No. Why can't I think of his fucking name? He's got a brother. They both played quarterback in the NFL.
Oh,
Josh McCown.
Yeah, McCown.
I know he's a Bear. He probably was a Jag.
Well, we might be running into a Zach Miller situation. I feel like one of the McCowns did, but
I don't know.
Viking? Did Case Keenum play for Jacksonville?
I don't think so. I think Texans and Broncos
and Bears.
I don't know if he played did he play for the Bears?
He was on the Bears. Your game thing is also in my head of like, did he ever play a game? But he was one of their backups that when they had like that, he was in there with Tyler Bagnett and all those guys.
Oh, okay. Man,
I think you should just do Nick Foles.
Okay. At least we know it's right. And it's going to be, I think, less percentage than Khalil Mack on the other one. What was it? 36. That's actually lower than I thought.
Lower than Bill Romanowski.
Yeah. What the hell? What do we want to check out?
I want to check out, honestly, what are the other Raiders Broncos that 41% of people went Bill Romanowski?
You can see this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Jarrett Stidham. Could have gone there. Latavius Murray. I should have got that. Other defensive players. Man, I guess it is kind of Willie Brown did play there.
Just funny that was the one everyone gravitated to.
Walker. Yeah, I know.
Is that a Jim McMahon in there? I see.
These are all defensive players, so no.
Oh, no.
I think. Are they not?
Yeah.
Oh, Jim McMillan.
Oh, sorry.
Close. The other one I wanted to look at. There's got to be another Bear Raider that I am missing. Jason Campbell, George Blanda. Okay. Josh McCown, Nate Peterman. Should have got Nate Peterman.
Oh, shit.
Hoyer.
Oh, there were some. Yeah. What about Mike Glennon? Because he played for Jacksonville.
Yeah, Mike Glennon. He had
2
games for the Raiders, 4 games for the Bears.
Glennon's another one. Screwed. Screwed over in Tampa. Never had his moment.
Man. Ron Smith, not Rod Smith.
That is a fun list of quarterback names.
HaHa Clinton Dix.
Oh, also just a fun list of names.
Interesting. Okay. Not terrible. I feel a little robbed. Or wait. Okay, this is the one I did Zach Miller for. So Zach Miller's not here, huh? There's no Zach Miller?
I Wikipedia'd it to be sure. One Zach Miller played for the Raiders and the Seahawks. The other Zach Miller played for the Bears. And that was the one who hurt his leg.
Man. Okay, yeah. I was thinking of the other Zach Miller than this one. Okay.
Yeah, they overlapped. The Zach Miller who hurt his leg played for Chicago, Tampa, and Jacksonville.
Oh, Jacksonville.
Not in that order, obviously, but yeah.
Man,
I think I definitely drafted Zach Miller in fantasy one year, being like, if he keeps it up from the Raiders.
Yeah, I liked him a lot.
One of them should have had to be a weird Zach. One of them should have had to be a CK or a K or a C, you know?
Yeah, that's not fair. That's not okay. But now that we're warmed up, Jake, do we want to do food guess or do we want to do our other game we were talking about previously?
I think we do our NBA game, but first, can I run Randy's 3 questions by you to promote our chat?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Randy also asked, do the Bears make the playoffs?
No.
Better chance, Bears or Cowboys?
Bears for sure. Bears are a better team.
I agree. I think depending on your stock, like it's just hard when the Bears, in my book, I guess, are maybe still the worst team in that division. Maybe not, but like they're closer to that than the best. So that's tough.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
I'll save that one for last. Thoughts on the CFL?
Love the CFL. Super fun. Like there's so many rules that should be just part of regular football. I love the CFL.
Leagues like that got to stay alive. They're great for the sport, good for development. NFL should make more. The one thing people should take from MLB: change your rules. No one fucking cares. Like update them when it makes sense. You know.
I have my Edmonton Elks hat just over there.
Boom. Who is the worst team to ever make the Super Bowl? This is our last chat question for now.
Ever make the Super Bowl?
I think there's an argument for my head goes to the two. I know they were good at the time, but like with context of history, I believe the 2003 Raiders, the Raiders who lost to Gruden's Buccaneers, that basically got there on like the fumes of John Gruden's playbook and construction. Like, we're just not a great team. Charles Woodson in a dream, but you know,
pretty much.
Yeah,
that's fair. The Broncos team that got there in 2013 or so.
I mean, that's
the Seahawks.
They had such a good offense that year, but that's for sure. I think that's still the worst Super Bowl performance of all time by a team. So, if you want to do worst winner ever, I know it's like a historical, like fun trivia question at this point. The Super Bowl III Jets were not a great football team. They got really hot at the right time and they won a really bad football game. Also for worst team ever, was it the Commanders? Who did the Dolphins in the 70s absolutely smoke that one year where the kicker threw it to the Dolphin and they ran it back? Like that clip was on NFL Films forever. They just absolutely crushed that one team.
Yeah, who was that? It wasn't the Vikings, was it?
Might have been. That was Garo Upremian.
Okay.
What team was he on? Super Bowl VII. Okay.
Not Vikings then. Might be Washington.
Oh my God. It is the Commanders. Yep. Washington.
Okay.
They would come back and be better in other years. I mean, I think that might have been the Over the Hill gang. Like I think that might have been that one random run for them. That is the greatest football team of all time.
Yeah.
In some conversations too. So tough matchup, but that's a fun question, Randy.
Okay, let's ask some fun questions of our own, Jake.
Or the 08 Giants. Yes, let's do it.
We got a segment that we cooked up right before we started.
Freshly cooked, like my fudge.
Cooked. Don't touch it. It's hot. It's like a Mexican restaurant. Don't touch the plates. Because this segment's coming at you hot. And we were just talking about the crazy money that's in the NBA. We got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander getting broken off for over $70 million a year. We just got a Paolo Banchero. Speaking of Mexican restaurant, sounds delicious. He just got a huge contract. We're like, okay, what's going on? NBA money is insane. We talk about baseball money. NBA money is just as crazy. And we're going to play a game, kind of a Price is Right style game, kind of a blackjack style game. Jake's going to name a NBA player, this contract, big money. And I'm going to have to name as many NFL players as possible to add their contracts up to the year. We're going to go average yearly salary. Probably.
That was going to be my question. Do you want to do total salaries or yearly salaries? I'll keep it the same for both.
Let's do yearly.
Yeah.
I think it's more fun to talk about it in that way. What are we trying to say that I have to get to within what?
I think you should be trying to get the most value without going over. So I think if it's 10 million, or I think for sure 10 million you leave on the board, you didn't get the most value out of that.
Right.
I think less than 10 is good. I think less than 5 million difference is great. I think you win if it's less than the $1 million difference. I will say, Zach, I think most players you can get in that amount is fun.
Okay.
I also think, because you could just list, I was thinking about this. I want to add a rule so you're not just listing as many linemen as you can think of.
Okay.
Because you could, there's ways. How many kickers could you name? So
That's true.
I will say, I don't know what this figure, someone you probably won't say because his contract's very big, Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
If I give you an NBA player and you can fit Patrick Mahomes and like one other guy or two other guys underneath it, that's a lot of value.
True. That is true.
So I think we can measure it that way too, of like just obscene value for the amount that NBA player is picked.
Okay. Let's do it.
Let's see the deal. I am going to start you just for fun with the MVP of the NBA. I'm going to start you with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, whose average salary yearly is $71 million, $71.3 million.
That is a lot of coin. Okay.
Let me round that up. This is what I'm saying. Like, I didn't want you to name, like, you can if you want to get no more than 10 guys, huh? Maybe no more than 5 guys, even.
Okay.
Keep it like the restaurant. And I'll call it 71.4, actually.
71.4. Okay. And we're trying to get some good deals here. Okay. Let's start with, because I'm actually just testing the waters because I can't remember what this guy made. Let's see what Saquon made. Let's put Saquon in here.
All right. Saquon's yearly salary is, by the way, this is brought to you by Spotrac. His yearly salary is 20.6.
20.6. Wow. Overpaid. Okay. Let me actually do a calculator here just so I can keep track of myself.
That's super fair. 20.6 out of 71.4.
71.4 minus 20.6. Okay. We got 50.8 left. I mean, I could just do Patrick Mahomes, huh?
You for sure could.
That's not fun though. Okay, let's do it's another great player. Another guy who just got paid. Let's give me Penei Sewell.
Okay, I think that's a really good one. So you've got 2 all pros.
Yeah, incredible. Hall of Famers, future Hall of Famers. Both can dunk, I imagine, as well.
If Saquon can, then they both can, because I've seen Penei do it. Penei is at a 28 flat annual salary.
A humble 28. I like it. So now I need 22.8. This is where it gets interesting. Okay. Let's do I go? I kind of want to find a cheap quarterback because that's a cheap quarterback price now. Otherwise, I could do another expensive running back. I could do not the most expensive receiver, but a relatively expensive one.
If you can get a quarterback and a wide receiver out of this, you basically have your offense covered for a flag football tournament.
That's true. Okay. With that in mind, give me Joe Flacco.
Oh, okay. So the question is, how much do you have left to spend? Because he's
a lot.
Way under this. 4.3.
4.3. Okay.
Rounding up. Yeah.
Minus 4.3. So now I am at 18.5. I could do a good receiver here. How much are the rookie contracts now? Trying to think what the rookie contract's at. I'm probably going to avoid that. Let's go with. I think he gets paid too much.
Oh, you think? I don't think there's many guys you can name. I think there's like 3 names you could say that are over this line.
Oh, I think there's way more. Maybe I'm wrong. Because I first name that popped into my mind was DK Metcalf. I think he just got more. If I go rookie receivers, I could player.
I think you're right.
I will go with, because I don't think his new contract has come in yet. I'm going to go with Terry McLaurin.
Ooh.
He might be significantly lower, but I do want to know.
All right. Terry is going to come to you with a annual salary of, Zach, you've just broke the bank. He signed an extension.
Really?
His average salary on a 3-year deal is $22.3 million.
Really?
So you've gone over.
When did he? Does it say when he signed that?
He signed it. First year of that contract. First year of that contract was 2022.
Oh, then brother, show up to practice. You're fine. You're getting overpaid, in my opinion. But okay.
This is his rookie deal.
No,
So
it's
that's
not.
a rookie
If it's an extension, no, it's not.
Terry McLaurin signed a 3-year contract with the Commanders, but his first year in the league is 2022.
Terry McLaurin, no, it's not.
I don't know what to tell you, man. Maybe it only shows up for the. It's so weird.
Oh no, I need to look these up. Terry McLaurin.
That can't be right. I don't know why it's cutting me off like that on Spot Track.
Okay, so his rookie year was 2019.
Okay.
So
then he signed a rookie extension.
So yes, you're right on the number. It's just 3
They
years.
just don't show me they don't show me 2020 or 2019 on here. So
gotcha. Doesn't matter. But yeah, he signed a 3-year extension after his rookie deal.
So that's one strike, Zach.
Okay. Oh no. You know what they say about 2 strikes? I don't want that. So what's the next NBA player?
Okay, let's do fun. Let's do a brand new signing to our Minnesota Timberwolves.
Ooh, okay.
And by that, I mean a brand new contract, an old face, Zach. Fresh on a new veteran extension, Naz Reid.
Oh, okay. What did he make?
His average salary, I'm challenging you here, okay?
Okay.
Because I think you can still illustrate your point in how wacky these contracts are, but he's making an average salary of $14 million flat.
Okay. Good for Naz Reid. Okay.
So you're flexing now a little bit.
That's fine. Give me this might be a comparable deal. I might break it on this one. I'm taking a risk, but I think it's pretty close.
And we might be finding out about NBA contracts. The big folks are ridiculous and the small folks are pretty comparable. Maybe that's what's happening.
I'm going to go with a star in the NFL, though. But he's on his rookie deal. What does Bijan Robinson make?
Let's find out.
It's going to be close, I think. Because he was a very early pick a couple years ago.
I thought I could just type in Bijan and would come up, but there is a Bijan Rademacher for the Cubs. So there you go. Zach, great use of value. And this should inform you about some other folks' deals because he is coming in at a 5.5.
Really?
Yep. That is his yearly salary. That's his yearly. His contract is a 4-year deal worth $22 million total. That's rounded up. So his average salary is 5.5.
Wow. That feels.
And guys are cheap. He's a free agent in 2028. There's a club option in 2027.
Okay. I didn't realize it dipped that quickly.
Yeah.
Okay. So I still have 8.5 left after him. So, I mean,
that'll tell you, that illustrates the point. Like that's
okay. Give
gross.
me his quarterback. Give me Michael Penix.
Oh, not Matt Ryan. Not Matt Ryan. Kirk Cousins.
Oh,
you don't
Kirk
want
Cousins. No, Kirk would
a
break
little higher. Yeah. Penix. I'd let you go if you want to give me retired guys. Give me a certain contract. You can always do that too if you want to pull a gross one.
I mean, it'd be pretty close. You could do the first $100 million man, Brett Favre.
True.
Got 10 for 10, I think. 10
so
for
you are all over this, Zach, because Penix is coming in at a 5.7.
Okay.
So what do you got left?
5.7. I have 2.8 left, and we are going to then.
Are you going to try and push it? I think.
Yeah.
I think 3. Let's set it as like if you get 3, you win. I think that's fun.
Okay.
And you can push it from there. You know.
Yeah. I don't know why. I just want to do an all Atlanta team. I think Ray McLeod will break the bank. No. Let's go. His backfield buddy. We're gonna go with Tyler Algier.
Can you spell his last name for me?
Allgeier, I think.
I don't think so. Give me 1 second. Tyler
Al. Allgeier. Okay. What's
I missed an E. I think you're good. He's coming in at a flat 1 million annually.
Okay. So
He's at
I would
998,000 technically. Actually, rounding down, it's 998,000.
Okay. I still have 1.8 left. Who would even be there? I mean, Kevin King's there, I think, still. He's got to be cheap.
You want to push it? I would say you've gone.
You're right. Kevin King makes the team worse. I don't want to lose value.
I think this is a really good showing by you. I think that's an A+ for this prompt. I think that's great.
So would you rather have Nas Reed, or would you rather have Michael Penix Jr., Bijan Robinson, and Tyler Algier?
Would I rather have Nas Reed or the future of a franchise?
I
would rather have
backfield.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's such a good illustration of this.
And that tells you how good of a situation Atlanta would be in if they weren't paying Kirk Cousins, $45-50 million per year.
Yeah, it did. We said this at the time. It did feel like their GM forced to handicap himself. Like he's too good at his job, so he made one terrible deal. So how much room did you have? Because I looked up Kevin King.
Oh, Kevin King, I would have been fine. I think I had 1.8.
Yeah, he came in at 1.3. So you would have been.
Wow, that's about. I thought he was a 500K guy. Okay, so he was more than I thought.
So you were tight in there, but you would have made it still. Okay. Let's do. Pick a team in the NBA just for fun. I'll give you someone on it. Maybe.
Let's do the Suns.
Okay. Let's do Booker.
Okay.
My knowledge of the NBA is not that great, so we're gonna, that's who's still there.
Booker, there's Bradley Beal still there.
That's fun too. But Devin Booker's, you have a lot to play here, Zach. I think I'm developing this game as we go.
Okay.
So the salary you're shooting for is 55.1.
Okay.
I will say, if you've ever seen the game show The Beast, they do it this way. I'm going to say if you want a passing grade, like a C, you'll name, at 55.
I like this.
Yeah, I think it's C range. You'll name, I honestly think, are you cool if I just do quantity of guys? I think that's the only way to do this in my head.
I think there's a fun way to do this. We can flesh this out maybe for
C
or something.
C passing grade. I thought of somewhat fun in my head. Okay. C in my head. Get there in 5 names. Any 5 names. Passing grade at 55. I think you can do that pretty easy.
Yeah.
Especially now that you know the rookie deals. So
yep.
B. So not quite an A, but if you want a B, I think get within 5 million in 3 names.
Okay. Yep.
And so you have to give me 3 names. You can't just get there on the first one. Have to give me 3 names, have to be within 5 million. If you want to get an A on this, I think you give me one Pro Bowler from last year.
Ooh, okay.
3 names within 5 million. It has to be harder than the last one. Within 3 million. One Pro Bowler, 3 names within 3 million. That's an A. If you want to B, just give me a flat 3 names within 5 million. Or if you want a passing grade, just get me within 5 million and 5 names.
I like this. This is fun. This is something
Okay.
I can see us. This could catch on.
That's good.
Okay.
It is right now.
It is.
know, for
Everyone's
us.
enjoying it. It's taking over the web. So I'm obviously shooting for A. So
Okay.
here's the tricky part. Who the fuck was a Pro Bowler? And why does it matter?
So that's the wrinkle. I wanted some. Is all pro? I'll let you do all pro.
Okay. That might be easier. Actually.
It's also a better metric. Yeah. Any other sport I would do the other one, but it doesn't fucking matter in football. So all pro.
All pro. So let's do.
And you got to give your space. Like you could get pretty close.
And we're doing current contract, right? Not their contract last year as a Pro Bowler, obviously.
Ooh, yeah, current, I would say.
Well, it's average yearly. So
yeah.
Let's start with Jamar Chase.
Got it. Jamar Chase is going to be a good chunk for you, but I think is for sure under. So what's the number you're shooting for, Zach? I just got it off
55.1.
Okay. So I just misspelled his name. Okay. So Jamar Chase, apologies, got your name right second time, gets you a good piece of the way there, Zach, but you got room to work because he's 40.2, 40.3.
40.3. That's so much. Okay. So I have 14.8. I had to name 2 players to get
that
in.
is
current
because that's a new contract for him. Just saying out loud. Okay. So you have to do it within 3, but he's your all pro. I'm guessing.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He's your all pro.
Okay.
So what's your room you got to navigate here?
I have 14.8 to work with. Got to make it within 3 to get an A. So
okay. Note to self, I can make these even harder for future ones. Okay, good to know. Got it.
It was just an interesting number. If it was a smaller number, I think it could be harder.
Yeah. And for those listening, the only reason I say that is maybe good to know. I might have to distinguish non-rookies as a possible rule too. But I didn't say that for this one. So do what you want, Zach. You got to get in there. But you do have to make it within, I think I said 3 million. So that's tough. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So
this is still hard. Okay.
Yes. Let's go with let's go.
I think the strategy. Yeah. Go for it. Ooh.
Or maybe not. Maybe that's not smart.
I like it.
I'm not gonna do receiver. Let's do Ashton Genty. What did he get?
So
that might have been stupid. Tell me what he got.
8 point. Actually rounding up, that's 9 flat.
Okay, 9 flat. So I have 5.8 to work with. I got to get at least 2.8 here. So let's just do
that's an interesting rookie contract.
Yeah, I know. We got to do a little smaller rookie, but not the biggest one. Okay, let's do. Is that too recent? Give me Joe Alt. I need a good tackle. He's playing tackle.
All right, Zach, what's the number you need to hit and what gets you over the number?
I don't know why I was that risky. I tried to hit it exactly. I'm at 5.8.
Unfortunately, Zach, you've just broken the bank. Joe Alt.
It's close, isn't it?
It's more over than you think. It is close.
Oh, really?
You went over by 3 million on the other side. It's 8.3.
They scaled up that quickly?
That's his average salary.
Michael Pittman Michael Penix was 5 something.
I know. I'm just going to listen. I don't know. I'm just reading what it says. Contract terms, average salary. That's his average salary.
Okay. I need to go out with a good one. I'm gonna dial in here. Give me something good.
Okay. I think we do. All right. I'm going to do Drew Holiday.
Okay.
I've been thinking about this because I think this is going to be a good, like, middle of the road contract.
Yeah.
For the NBA. So Drew, yeah, this is fun. So he's 33.6.
Okay. 33.6.
So
Man.
I think a passing grade here is, because it's lower, I'm going to say you could pass if you get within, I think if you get within, you tell me if this is too easy, but it's smaller, so I think you could accidentally go over. So I'm going to say get within 10 million in the 3.
I mean, that's pretty easy.
Okay. Then get within 5 million in 3.
Okay.
Passing grade. Because you could, there's some work there. A B, I'm going to say you get within, a B. This is a little trickier, but I'm going to push you to see if you could do the A. I'm going to try and make it a little harder. I'm going to say to get a B, you need to name 5 guys and be within 5 million. So the hard part there will be naming a bunch of dudes without going over.
Right. Okay.
And lastly, to pass with an A, which I know you'd love to shoot for, so I'm going to make it tough to see if I can get you to take a different deal. I'm going to say to get an A, I'm making up this game show on the road.
It's like Deal or No Deal all of a sudden.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It is literally The Chase on Game Show Network, but legally distinct. I'm going to say to get within 33.6 for an A, I would like you to do it. No rookies. I do like that as a clause.
No rookie contracts, you mean?
No rookie contracts.
Okay.
And that's tough in its own right. So I'm going to say no rookie contracts, 3 names, 3 million. It's very hard. Or you do 5 names within 5 million, or 3 names within 5 million.
Okay. Let's start.
I'll let you decide after you say the first name if you want.
I mean, I'm going for A, but
okay.
We'll see where we end up.
Note to self for future ones. I'll just set the terms because you're going to pick A, which I think is fair.
I'm going for the top. There should be a passing grade and then like a top tier or whatever.
Yeah. But it's along the way to the top tier. I got you. I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. So for this one, I need you to give me 33.6 in 3 names. No rookie contracts and within 3.
Okay.
Without going over. Price is Right rules, of course.
Price is Right, of course.
We could get rid of that if we wanted to, too, but we both love the Price is Right.
Right. Yeah. Respect to Bob Barker. I just watched him on the match game of all games a couple nights ago. Yeah, a lot of hair. Very young. Okay. No rookies is tough because I'm thinking of small contracts.
So veterans, yeah. I mean, this is easy for this one, okay? I'll say if you give me I'll make this one simple as can be. If you give me one that's a rookie contract, you can't get the A, but you could still pass.
Okay, sure. Let's start with Kyle Van Noy.
All righty. Certainly not a rookie contract.
No, I'm thinking of that right now.
I like the strategy. So yes,
though.
Kyle Van Noy is at a 4.5.
Okay, 4.5. Okay, so 29.1 is where I'm at. Let's do.
That's tough, especially if you went quarterbacks with this low a one. Because it's easy to go veteran, but hard to go cheap.
Right, because even this isn't my choice, but like Daniel Jones is making decent money this year.
Correct. Dak,
I mean, he might start,
like they all broke the bank at one point. Yeah.
Right. Let's do
Kyle Van Noy, BYU's finest, by the way.
True. Yeah, he is. I mean, I can do this pretty easily. Let's do. We'll do quarterback. We will do.
The hard part here is going to begin within 3. You're for sure going to be under this if you wanted to be.
Yeah, I'm trying to come up with a good, cheap contract that still gives me room to work a little bit here. Let's do. I think that's a rookie deal. I don't think that'll work.
Who are you thinking? You can say it out loud. No one's going to steal your answer.
Malik Willis is still under a rookie deal. He was traded, but still has a contract. Can't do that one. Can't do that one. Cannot do the backup in Atlanta. That's a little much. Ooh, is he? He's still there. Positive he's still there. Let's go with the Red Rocket. Let's go with Andy Dalton.
He was a name that came to mind for me. This will be interesting how much he gets paid.
Yeah, he's not going to be the cheapest because he's a mentor.
Pretty damn cheap. Andy Dalton's average salary is $4 million flat.
Wow, that's a discount. That's crazy. Okay, so I'm at 25.1. Obviously, I got to get at least 22.1 here.
Wouldn't that put you over?
No, if I get 22.1, then I'm within 3.
Okay, gotcha.
Under 25, above 22 is what I'm looking at, which is kind of tough.
I'm not going to say any names. I'll say I just typed in what I considered. I'm like, this has got to be one of the cheaper veteran quarterbacks, and I won't say who until after. And it broke. So quarterbacks are tough.
Yeah, I could do Rodgers, but that's not enough. That won't get me there.
Yeah.
I have to hit this window. And I don't know if Daniel Jones is enough. I have to go starter. I have to go a starting player that didn't just get paid is kind of the issue because the ones who just got paid are all above. Oh, I wonder how much Geno got. Geno got more. He had to have. He deserves it.
He does.
he does.
That I can confirm. That he deserves it.
Fields get. What did there's so many players. What do tight ends make? I don't think enough. Because I'm trying to could Dalton Schultz be there? Dalton Schultz is too cheap. Could Jonnu Smith be there? He got a big contract. Or Pat Freiermuth got a big contract as well. What does Chris Olave make?
I'm looking up these names as you go, though, and it's so fascinating to me what all these people get paid.
Yeah, I'm sure. I just got to lock onto one. Let's do. Ooh. What did Saquon make before? He was above 20.
Ooh, that's fun. That's fun. Callback. Do you remember?
I don't think he was enough because I don't think he was 22. I think he's 20 point something. Fuck. This is so much harder than it should be.
This is tough.
Kelvin Ridley. Give me Kelvin Ridley.
Wow. I will tell you, Zach, if I was typing him in fast enough, none of the previous names you said would have worked for one reason or another.
Oh, okay.
So
I think Kelvin Ridley's too low too, but
you're closest, if I'm correct in looking up. Justin Fields was a flat 20 million. Actually, Saquon would have been the closest. You're right. He's a 20.6. Calvin Ridley, your actual guess. Zach, what is the number you needed?
I need at least 22.1.
What's too high?
25.2 would be too high.
Zach, you have somehow, pulling every other name out of that, you have thread this needle perfectly. At $23 million a year, Calvin Ridley's going to hit so good for you.
Let's go. That's where we end. That's how we end this game now.
That's awesome.
Woo! That was fuck Kelvin.
Geno Smith's making $37 million a year right now.
Wow.
Daniel Jones is making 14.
14. I was thinking 17. Okay.
Pat Fryermuth and Chris Olave were way too low.
Were they? Okay.
Yeah.
I knew Fryermuth didn't get there. Olave might still be on a rookie deal. I'm not even sure.
And let me make sure, because maybe I blended them together. Fryermuth, just for tight ends for the future, was 12.5. So
yeah, he got broken off for a tight end, but that's still too low.
Yeah, Olave still a rookie deal.
Okay. Yeah, he's up then. Okay.
And he's under 5. So what an absolute pull. Because I was like, I looked up Baker Mayfield too much. I was looking up a bunch of random names trying to see like who randomly gets you there.
I was wondering Christian McCaffrey, but I'm like, no, Saquon must have got paid more than him. Maybe he didn't. I don't know.
If
he's
he
above
didn't,
20.
He got paid less, 19.
McCaffrey's at 19?
19. So I want Derrick Henry now just to confirm that he's less.
He's less. When you're done, look up
15.
Brandon Ayuk. I'm curious where his number landed.
Yeah. Derrick Henry's is 15. Brandon feels weird just calling Brandon. Can you spell Ayuk for me?
Aiyuk.
He would have been too high. Flat 30 mil. So Zach, Calvin Ridley is you needed a very specific key to unlock that door. And I think
who got paid as a receiver a few years ago? That's where my mind was.
Yeah. I wondered about some high paid linemen.
That could have been good. Panay was close, so I don't know. Actually, I don't think a lineman would have got there unless it was like a Lane Johnson, maybe. I think he's too low though, too.
It's the name I just typed in. I think
Panay might have set the
Lane would have got you there also perfectly. Lane was 25 million.
Okay.
So good to know. But I mean, I think we're gonna have a hard time. Panay was more, but I mean that's about the top end of that particular pool, I would say.
I feel like this is a game that we have guests play. I think
absolutely.
This is a fun one. We're gonna
Panay's 28. Yes, with guests, this is fun because it's closest to the pin.
Yes. Oh, it's true. And season 11. Leaderboard.
Season 11. I mean, I know exactly how this plays. I say a name and you go down the line until someone quits or breaks.
True.
You just keep giving me names till someone busts.
That's a good idea. We got lots of ideas.
Keep going smaller and smaller. Keep saying Kevin King over and over again until you get there.
Honestly, I'm excited for that. If you have any ideas for how to tweak that game, make it better for season 11, please let us know. Because if you have any ideas for the show, for the
put them in the comment,
please.
Yeah.
Let's end on a game. Now, Jake, I have two choices for you. Would you like to redeem yourself with Food Guesser? Us, not you. Or would you like to play Time Guesser, which is a combination of GeoGuessr essentially and a moment in time?
I think we do Time Guesser next time. Sorry, I didn't mean to swerve you so hard there. I took a gulp right in the middle. I think because we haven't played it before, let's just settle. Let's ease out with Food Guesser.
Perfect. Okay.
That was a hard swerve. I apologize.
As we remember last time, China was somehow or no, Peru was north of China. That really got us all jumped up.
That it treats the world as a globe, which controversial, but I understand. So I
agree, but that still doesn't make sense.
Wanted you to go north. That was crazy. So
whatever. We'll figure it out. We got a little messed up in Southeast Asia last time as well.
Like a direct flight, it wanted you to go over the North Pole, which was insane.
It did. Maybe it does go it doesn't go flight patterns. We're not flying over the North Pole. Okay, but here we go. Food Guesser, 5 rounds. Here we go. We have it has phyllo dough, meat, which is beef or lamb. That seems like a hint. Onions, garlic, parsley, egg, salt, pepper, cumin, blah, 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 blah. It is a dish creating a filling with minced meat, onions, parsley, cinnamon seasoning. wrapped in thin pastry, folded into triangles. Each triangle is secured with flour paste, brush egg, fried, and it is
Ooh.
a appetizer with lemon. This could be anywhere.
So let's play a little game we might play a couple times here that I like to call Europe or South America. I think I'm getting pushed towards South America on the last couple of things.
I think so. My only thing is the cheese. There's a lot of cheese on that.
And a fried egg.
Is it a fried egg or is it? No, it's brushed with egg and then fried.
Okay. So the whole thing's fried though.
Yes. Yeah.
So is this best of both worlds? Is this a Spain?
Maybe. It's got cinnamon in it. Cinnamon in it. Oofda.
You're doing a British accent. Cinnamon in it.
And that
Thank you.
Beef or lamb. Lamb is weird. Lamb makes me think not Europe. I guess.
Haggis?
I mean, I don't do we think it's up there?
No. I agree with you. South America? Africa?
Yeah, probably. It's got cumin in it, so I think it could be Africa, but maybe South America. What's a good point that we can navigate ourselves from?
I think let's go one side or the other. So you could do Colombia or because that's top right, or you could do Chile, bottom left.
Okay, yeah, let's do.
Actually, I would do Peru or Colombia because Peru is smaller, so we don't have to worry about the whole of Chile.
Peru, ice cold east, so it's not South America. So do we want to go Africa or do we want to try? It's phyllo dough, so it could be Greek, I guess. Nothing.
I want to do Europe. I do want to do Europe. I kind of want to do Portugal.
Okay.
Great song by Walk the Moon.
Yeah. Warm to the east, southeast. So.
Greece?
I mean, phyllo dough. Yeah. We can try that. Greece, warm to the west, southwest.
Fudge. Okay.
That's not.
Africa?
Yeah, maybe.
Northern Africa?
Fucking A. What's up there?
Egypt?
I don't think it's Egypt, but that's a good one to see. There's a Morocco.
Djibouti. It's up there.
Egypt, warm to the west, northwest.
Yeah, it's in between them. Okay, Straits of Gibraltar. What does that connect? That connects Spain and
Morocco.
Yeah, try Morocco.
I feel like it would be more than just warm, though. No, this is our final guess. We got to be correct. Let's try Morocco. Tunisia and Algeria.
Oh,
correct,
we were right next when we were there. Okay.
Damn. North African dish. That's tough. Oh, here's a map. Yeah, we picked here. We went a little too far over, I guess.
Our only chance would have been I guess starting in Europe. It's hard to it just.
Why wouldn't Portugal be we were right there. It should be hotter than that.
100. What's hot? I guess not touching. That must be their rules. But I mean, that's a Great Lake away. People swim that.
Yeah, we surrounded it. Okay, next round. Let's redeem ourselves. Here we go.
Oh,
I just
thoughts already.
I've already had this before. Okay, so we got potatoes, onions, leftover meat, which is either beef, pork, or sausage, butter or oil, eggs, pickled beet, pickled gherkin, so pickles. Everything's brown and crispy, seasoned with salt and pepper. Pickled beets, side of lingonberries. That could be Swedish.
Okay.
I mean, lingonberries is Sweden.
And the only seasoning is salt and pepper. I feel like this is a European country. Or
I think it's Scandinavian peninsula.
Or it's Grandma Norma's house.
Right.
I think
also Swedish.
Also Swedish. I think we start with Sweden. There's only so many times we can say it's wow redeemed. Should we just end?
Yeah, honestly, let's leave. It would have accepted all of the Scandinavian peninsula. It looks like.
Oh, well, then we were just playing with our food. No pun intended.
It's known as this in Finland, I guess, but not in the other places. Dish originated in Sweden. Boom. Okay, so we were the most right. Okay, next round. Okay, we got some Asian stuff going on. We got soybean sprouts. We got beef, garlic, soy sauce, sesame oil, gochujang, sugar, green onions, mushrooms, carrots, onions, chili peppers, sesame seed. Made by marinating the sprouts and beef in the soy sauce, sesame oil, blah, 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 blah. Garnished with sesame seeds, sliced onion. So it definitely seems like Southeast Asia.
Yeah. This is hard because it's just like we're opening with the dart, you know?
Yeah.
No noodles or broth. So I'm a little like, is this Cambodia?
I don't know if it's What is
Jeopardy? What is
gochujang particular to a specific Asian country?
I feel like it's pretty big in South Korea.
I think South Korea is good because I feel like they wouldn't be super. Like, I don't think they're super soup, you know, like Vietnamese.
I don't think this is cheating. Gochujang is Korean. I looked it up.
Okay. That's where my mind was at. So I think let's try that. And if they give us directions, then we panic.
Does it let you pick north? Okay, good.
Boom. Bulgogi. Okay. I love bulgogi.
Kokanamu bulgogi.
Sounds great. Honestly, I got all that stuff here. Good stuff. Okay, next round. 4 or 5. We've done better. Beef, bone marrow, ghee, onion, ginger, garlic, chili powder, turmeric, coriander powder, cumin, garam masala, cinnamon, cardamom, clove, bay leaf, saffron, star anise. This all sounds Indian.
Yeah.
Typically served with warm naan.
I mean,
gotta be Indian.
Maybe it's something else, but it'd be silly not to guess Indian first.
Yeah.
I can see naan on the plate. Okay, boom. Sometimes it is what it is, you know?
Right. Okay. You know what? After that first whiff, which I don't think we need to take responsibility for that. You know?
If I learned one thing from Romeo Cornell, once they are who you thought they were, don't let them off the hook.
Yes. Before I look at anything else, this plate says Venta Aurelio, Spanish. So keep that in mind. I think collard greens, pork fat, chorizo, garlic, paprika, olive oil, chickpeas, black pudding. That's interesting. Potatoes and bread. Make this dish by simmering chickpeas, beans. Add pumpkin, potatoes, cured pork like chorizo or morcilla.
Is this white people Spanish food? This is crazy.
Yeah, it started one spot and went to another spot quickly.
Maybe it is Spain? Like Europe?
This feels more Hispanic than like
collard greens really threw me.
Collard greens and black pudding kind of threw me because that feels very Irish.
Yeah, /UK, correct. Yep.
Yeah, paprika. Chorizo is very Mexican. I don't think that's like Spain.
Are we in the Caribbean?
Maybe. I mean, that could make sense. It's like a bunch of different cultures in one here.
Are we in the US of A, dude?
A melting pot? I've never seen collard greens served anywhere else.
Yeah, I'm wondering about like a Puerto Rico or a Dominican Republic.
Puerto Rico's interesting. What's a good central one to like? I mean, any of the Caribbean, I guess, will give us an idea.
Yeah,
let's try Dominican Republic. Why not? Ice cold northeast. Okay, so maybe it is Spain.
Yeah, northeast. It says ice cold or just cold?
Cold. It's got to be Europe, right?
Or Africa.
I mean, let's try Spain. They'll give us
True, and
central.
it'll send us one way or the other. Yeah.
Okay, you're right. It's Spain. Crazy. That's so weird.
They got some of that stuff from places. You know what it was? We reversed it. We were like the Caribbean, where all these cultures come gather, or Spain, where they grabbed all the cultures from other places and took it back with them. You know,
it's a good point. I didn't think they had chorizo there though. Like I thought that was like
that's the thing that you didn't know if they had.
Yeah, I didn't think that was like Spanish, Hispanic food. Like I thought that was like Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras stuff.
I'm surprised they didn't put a hard border wall up at blood pudding.
Yeah. This is so strange. Oh,
Absolutely.
Blood sausage is the morcilla, I guess. I didn't know that.
Oh.
Interesting. Cold weather food. Okay. Final score ended up not being that bad.
No.
Basically 21,000 out of 25. Do we want to play one more, or are we going to rest up for the final episode?
I think we rest up. I think we've finished strong. Next week we'll have a fair breakdown, maybe another game. Maybe we'll do the time guesser.
True. We've done everything we can. Definitely send us ideas for the new game and upcoming season ideas. Again, next week will be the season finale, and then we will be back probably the last week of August or so. Again, we will tell you then. Subscribe to the Flurry Sports YouTube channel. If you are still listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, just know we are live on the Flurry Sports YouTube channel on usually Monday nights. And even if you miss it, you can go to the live tab and you can watch us. We are doing a lot of games like Food Guesser, and it is much more fun to watch it. Trust me. So definitely go and subscribe over there, and we'll be back soon. Goodbye.